Fired over an email you'll never forget. Imagine waking up one ordinary morning, sipping your coffee, and casually checking your inbox. You expect project updates, reminders, or a friendly note from a colleague. Instead, you see a message that stops your heart cold. It's not a promotion, not a warning, not even a meeting request. It's an email telling you that your job, your career, your stability, is gone. Over 100 employees at Crestline Bank experienced this nightmare in a single morning. And the worst part, it wasn't even supposed to happen yet. Crestline Bank, a major financial institution with branches nationwide, had been quietly planning a restructuring for months. Senior management intended to reduce staff as part of cost-cutting measures, but the layoffs were to be handled with care, personal meetings, clear explanations, and support for affected employees. The plan was professional, measured, and humane. But an unforeseen error changed everything. An automated system, designed to send redundancy emails after formal discussions, was triggered prematurely. Emails went out to hundreds of employees before any official communication. Among the recipients were senior managers, branch heads, and long-serving employees who had devoted decades to the bank. The email was blunt, impersonal, and shocking. Greater than, "We regret to inform you that your employment with Crestline Bank will end effective immediately. Please return all company property, including laptops, ID cards, and access credentials." Disbelief was the first reaction. Some reread the email, convinced it was a mistake. Others tried calling colleagues or HR, only to find phones unanswered. Team chats erupted into chaos. "Is this real? I've been here 20 years. What do I do now?" Panic set in quickly. Employees raced to the office, worried about clarifying their status or retrieving personal items. Families were pulled into the crisis. Parents fretted over mortgage payments, spouses tried to calm loved ones on the verge of panic, and children sensed the tension at home. Stress and anxiety spiked, with some employees reporting nausea, shaking hands, and sleepless nights. The incident quickly spilled beyond the bank. Anonymous social media posts from affected employees went viral, detailing the chaos, confusion, and profound sense of betrayal. News outlets framed it as a cautionary tale about corporate insensitivity and the dangers of over-reliance on automated systems. Headlines read, "Crestline Bank fires 100-plus employees by mistake," and "One email creates nationwide panic." Inside the bank, management scrambled. Derek Lawson, acting head of retail operations, and CEO Margaret Hayes issued formal statements. They confirmed that the emails were sent prematurely and that no final layoffs had occurred without proper communication. Apologies were made publicly, counseling services were offered immediately, and managers were instructed to meet with affected staff individually to clarify the situation and address fears. Even with these measures, the emotional fallout persisted. Employees reported lingering anxiety, distrust in management, and skepticism about the future. Loyalty and commitment that had been built over decades felt suddenly fragile. Questions circulated. How could an institution they had trusted for years make such a fundamental mistake? Multiple perspectives emerged from employees affected by the email. Linda Thompson, a senior branch manager with 18 years of service, said, "I felt like all those years meant nothing. One email erased my career in seconds. It was terrifying." James Okafor, a team leader, shared, "I was on the verge of panic. My family depends on my income." That email was like a punch in the gut. Maria Santos, a junior analyst, recalled crying at her desk. "I kept refreshing the inbox, hoping it would disappear. I couldn't think straight for hours." Experts weighed in. Organizational psychologists explained that while automation can improve efficiency, it cannot replace empathy and human judgment. Corporate governance specialists labeled the incident a case study in systemic failure, emphasizing that multiple safeguards and approvals should have prevented the email from going out prematurely. Crestline Bank was not alone in this type of error. Across industries, similar incidents have been reported. Employees discovering layoffs via revoked access cards, abrupt Zoom notifications, or sudden emails. Each case highlights a stark truth. No system, however advanced, can replace humanity in matters that deeply affect people's lives. The story did not end the day the emails were sent. Media coverage continued for weeks, highlighting individual employee experiences, family struggles, and community reactions. Panels on business news discussed how such mistakes could erode public trust. Some former employees even filed complaints with labor boards, seeking formal acknowledgement of the stress and damages caused. Within Crestline Bank, discussions about organizational change intensified. Policies were revised to ensure human oversight in all sensitive communications. Training programs were launched to prevent over-reliance on automation, and managers were encouraged to check in personally with employees during operational changes. But for many, the memory lingered. Trust, once broken, is difficult to restore. For employees, the experience left lasting scars. Conversations at work became cautious, morale dropped, and the bank had to work hard to rebuild relationships. Employees reflected on the fragility of security and loyalty. One email, one technological error, had exposed vulnerabilities in a system that many had trusted blindly for years. So we ask you, what would you do if an email like that appeared in your inbox tomorrow? How would you react in those first moments? And perhaps more importantly, what should companies do to ensure that employees never have to endure such a personal and professional shock again?